Hey guys, it's Peter Jordan with Delta Marine and Outfitters here on the Lost Angler channel, and today what we're going to do is we're going to look at this brand new LT25 that just came in. The LT25 is one of my most favorite boats of all time, but this particular setup right here might be my very favorite that we've ever done here at the store. So let's go through this boat and let's take a look at it. But before we do, if you like what you're seeing, if you like the content you're seeing here, whether it's the Ghenoes that are coming in, the fly tying, the electronics, whatever it is, make sure you press the like button on the videos and hit subscribe. We appreciate it. Okay, so here at the front of the trailer, let's actually start off. We're going to be on a galvanized trailer, and I like a galvanized trailer for a number of reasons. But one of my favorites is it's a heavier trailer, and it helps the boat to tow better. We always add a spare tire to all of our boats with the carrier, but on this one it's a little bit different because a lot of you guys are taking these boats further afield. You're traveling more, you're doing more adventures. We added a spare hub to this one. And the cool thing about that is if you get that blowout or whatever, that's fine. You can take this off and use it like ordinary spare tire. But if you have a problem with the hub, you're good to go here. You're not stuck on the side of the road for the next 3 years. The next thing that I really like about this is a folding tongue, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to loosen this up real quick, and we're going to bring it around. This is really good for those of us that live in subdivisions where you got a moratorium on boats. I can take it, undo the pin, and then I can fold the whole tongue back. Now at this point, I've basically got all the room I would have if we didn't have a trailer. Okay guys, so here at the bow of the boat, we've got a quick connect trolling motor bracket. So this is if you're going to be running an iPilot. And I have to say, the iPilot has been a game changer for me as well as a ton of other people. One of the cool things about it is you still get to fish if you're the guy running the trolling motor. If you've got family and friends on board the boat, you get to make sure they're happy and they're taken care of. And iPilot makes sure that you can enjoy. And we'll do a video later explaining the different features and functionalities of an iPilot. So that'll make life a little bit easier. Now we're going to come back from here. In this front hatch, you'll notice that the front deck actually has 2 hatches. Let me explain to you what each one is. On this forward hatch right here, we're going to do a different angle and show you in just a second. But this is where we're going to have our battery as well as additional storage. So if you want to put a Coast Guard kit up here, you've got that. You've got plenty of room to do that to mount your fire extinguisher and the whole 9 yards. Then coming back from here, we've got a large fish box. Now all of these boxes on this custom Gheenoe are insulated. We insulate them for a couple of reasons. One, it makes the boat quieter. 2, it adds flotation. And the final reason is it lets it drain. So if you have a custom Gheenoe and you want your boxes to drain, always make sure that they're specified as being insulated. Otherwise the boxes will drain out. So keep that in mind. Okay, so inside here we've got a Group 27 Marine trolling motor battery. This is a deep cycle setup. It's also what starts your Tohatsu outboard. And a lot of people ask me, is one trolling motor battery enough? And I cannot stress this enough. It is more than enough to run the trolling motor all day long and still start your Tohatsu without any trouble. And one of the reasons for that is this battery, when your motor is running, is being charged. So you're constantly keeping that battery hot. And you should always charge your battery the night before you go out. That's just good habits. Up here you're going to notice we've got a breaker system right here. So if you ever get, you want to shut off your trolling motor, or let's say you wrap up some weeds and it throws the breaker on your trolling motor, bam, easy to reset. And again, you've got plenty of room right here for like the Coast Guard kit like we talked about. So your flares, extinguisher, and all that fits right here. Okay, so this is your forward fish box on the boat. This is insulated out. They do a really good job with the insulation on it. And one thing I do want to stress on these things is Custom Gheenoe uses a load of insulation on their boxes and hatches. Let me show you what I mean. So right here, I'm going to show you guys this. This right here is an insert that I cut out for a seat to go up forward. So this pedestal mount went right up here. And my fish box right here goes from here to here and all the way across. So it's a really big fish box. I can put a ton of stuff in here. But this right here, this is the closed cell foam they used on the top of it. This is all the way around. This is really great insulation. So a lot of companies that tell you they have insulation in their fish boxes, they put the very bare minimum. But for considering the size of the boat and the amount of insulation you're getting here, that's pretty amazing. Okay, and here's that drainage system we talked about right in here. So this is plenty big, goes all the way through. And this drain right here goes all the way down into the bilge. It's going to be pumped out from the bilge pump. And one thing I want to talk about right here is that the fish box is forward. We put the fish box forward for a couple reasons. One of them is that ice is going to bring the weight of the bow down, and the second thing is I really don't like to put a live well here in the front of the boat because that's the part of the boat that has the most movement, and therefore the greatest chance that you're going to, possibly kill fish. Like if you've got a live weigh in or you're trying to put bait up here, you want to make it as safe and easy as possible for you to keep your catch alive. Hey guys, this is the standalone Grabbar. I really like this. This for a tiller boat gives me all of the different features that I have on the center console, but it gives me a small footprint. I've got rod holders here, they're on each side, and they're low enough down that I'm not worried about going under overhanging bridges, low bridges and whatnot. Okay? You've got a cushion right here, and in front of this, you'll be able to set a cooler. Let me show you what that's gonna look like. Okay, so here we are. We got that backrest we talked about right here. Then we've got space. For this, we're going to use an Engel dry box cooler right here. This one's actually set up with a canoe seat already on it. This is the one we use for the old man's boat. We've done videos showing how we set up Dad's boat. This lifts up to right here, and now in this boat, I've got a really nice backrest system in here. I don't have to have the canoe back seat if I don't want to because this provides a backrest for me. Now, I get people asking all the time, there is this gap right here, is this going to be comfortable? Can I put a cooler seat in the middle in that area? And when I first started with Custom Gheenoe, I asked the same question because I felt like something needed to be there. They gave a really simple response. They said if you did that, you wouldn't actually have room to sit up comfortably. I was like, nah, that's not the case. I tried different coolers and I finally found one that fit, but the downside was they were right. They were 100% right. And your body doesn't want to sit comfortably in that area. So let me take this off and show you what I mean. So I'm going to take this cooler right now. I'm going to set it right here. It's going to go back. So if you were to install this yourself, or we were to install it here for you, we'd add a set of cooler chocks so it stays where it needs to in the boat. They're really easy to do. I'm going to hop in the boat real quick. Now I'm going to have a seat. When I sit down, now I can lean back comfortably. If I was any further back, I wouldn't be able to lean back. My back would be forward the entire time. So this actually gives a very comfortable place to be at. Okay, so this right here, this is the E-box and this is the panel setup. This is the electronics box, so when you're ordering your Custom Gheenoe, this is what this is going to look like. If you order it standard, whatever your interior color is what this is going to be. I did a special selection to have it black to match the outside of the boat. It's pretty inexpensive and they're really easy to do. So this is something you can ask Gheenoe to do for yourself. So coming back from here, I want to show you this. This is where we can get to all of our switch panel. We're going to do a close-up look on it later, but we're going to look at it right now. So we've got nav lights, anchor lights, our bilge pump. We also have a 12-volt setup right here, so if we want to charge a cell phone or whatever, we can do that. Aerator for our live well, and then we have a spare plug here. This can allow us to do all kinds of cool stuff. In just a minute, I'm going to give you a taste of some of the cool stuff that Custom Gheenoe can do. So here's what we're talking about. You can see it's really well done. I've got my nav lights, anchor lights, bilge pump, 12-volt, aerator, and spare, and it's really well branded and done. It's very nice. When we add stuff for electronics, we add a dashboard that lets us put electronics on it right here. We normally put up to a 7-inch unit there. Okay, so we're here at the back of the boat now, and this is where you're going to be sitting when you're running the boat most often. You got a really nice thick cushion. And what I like about this is you do have a mesh on the back. We'll take a look at that later on. So it's going to drain really well. So you won't get that pinking. Here at the back, we've got a big, oversized live well. Plenty of room here in the back. We've got the stand to make it into a live well, but we've also got the plug. So if you want to serve as dry storage, you can do that as well. You've got a petcock inside here so you can maintain how much water flow you want. So if you don't want to have it, or you don't want to have somebody accidentally hit it if you're using it for dry storage, you can close the petcock right here. Coming back from here, you're going to notice we've got access into our fuel tank and the whole 9 yards. So we're going to come back in just a second, do another angle, let you see that. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about this tiller on this motor, what makes it special, why I really like it. So hang tight. Okay, so much time when we think about a tiller boat, we think about this awkward angle, running the boat like this all day long, and that really can give you a lot of shoulder strain during the day. So I got a simple solution. Tiller extension. Now it may not seem like a lot, but it can be a lot. So the cool thing about this is you can spend plenty of money and get a really nice one with Grabbar Marine, or you can be like me and be cheap and get yours off Amazon. This is a Helmsman tiller extension. Just pick the right length for yourself. If you have questions, you can ask in the comments below. And now, the entire time I'm running it, my arm stays right here. It's very, very comfortable. If I want to stand up and use the grab bar, very, very comfortable still. So I'm at a little bit of an angle when I'm running the boat most of the time, kind of like this. But my advantage is, because I don't have a console and I don't have anything in here, I have all of this walk around space. I know you can't see me, I can't out of camera angle, but this gave me the most space possible in the boat. Now let me show you something else that's really cool. Another reason I really like a tiller boat, especially for custom Gheenoe, is with the new boats, I have power trim and tilt right here. So again, I've got all the same control that you would out of a normal center console. I've got it right here. It's very comfortable to run throughout the entire day. Now some people ask me, man, when I'm trying to dock that boat, I just have so much trouble. Let me show you guys some quick tips which makes this 25 Tohatsu really easy to use. Okay, so when we bring the boat into dock, you're thinking, oh man, this is going to get in the way, and it does, but it's really easy to take off. So when we come into dock, we know we're going to come into dock, obviously. Take that 2 seconds, pull your tiller extension off. Comes off, super easy. Now from here, instead of having to use 2 hands to engage the motor to move it around when you're turning, what I'm going to do instead is I can control the forward, reverse, and neutral from right here. So let's say I want to go forward, I'm going to engage it forward. And now, because this is made as a handle, I have a really short shaft that I can work with, and then reverse. So now once you get used to this, this is actually the easiest boat you'll ever dock. So just on a closer angle, I've got my electric start right here for the motor. I've got where I engage the motor into neutral, forward, and reverse right here. This is my kill switch here, and I've got my power trim and tilt right here. Really easy to do. And also if I want to use cruise control to hold that position, on the other side here, I've got a knob that lets me tighten or loosen the throttle as to how responsive I want it to be. Okay, so most of the time, I like to get up here on this polling platform and sight fish, but that's not always an option because down here in lower Alabama, we get a lot of muddy water. And I really like to get to fish too if I can help it. So here's what I do. I love the fact that Custom Gheenoe gives me this right here, and it's on a slide, okay? My cushion, so I can drop this down, easy to do, it's out of the way. Now I'm going to take my motor from my tiller, and I already want to trim it up anyway because I'm going to be using my trolling motor at this point. And I drop it down, and that puts my tiller extension out of the way. Now I actually get to have a full-size back deck to fish off of. Easy to do, plenty of room, plenty of space, whatever I need. This is a big advantage to a tiller boat that you don't have on the other options from Custom Gheenoe. I have the most available space. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing. So kind of a stupid story about myself. The first time I took one of these boats out, it was super stiff, this tiller. And it was really funny. I'd asked, it's the boat we set up for my dad. And so it was really stiff to bring back and forth. And I was like, oh man, oh no, I asked Dad to buy a boat that's going to be hard for him to run. He's not going to do it. I thought he was going to love it. This thing is so hard. And then I realized that I'm an idiot. And let me explain to you why I'm an idiot. It turns out that on these Tohatsu outboards, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right here, there is a little red tab. And what it does is it puts that motor into a position that it doesn't go left or right when you're trailering it. I had it in lock, so I'm an idiot. So now we're going to bring this over here, slide it around, and now this motor moves super easy, just with the finger, all the movement you ever want. And we're going to show you one more time what that's going to be like when we put it into that position to give you the most room on the deck. We're going to bring the tiller over all the way to port. I'm going to trim the motor up, get it clear of the water because we're going to be using our polling platform, or we're going to be using our trolling motor. And now I'm going to come over here, I'm going to take my lock, and I'm just going to take my finger, slide it in here. It's a lot easier doing the boat. And then lock it in position. So now when I'm out there, she's not going to move. I get the huge casting platform, I get all this space, and I know that my motor's not going to move on me. Okay, so here on the back of this is the transom mounted polling platform. You've got two different setups you can do from Custom Gheenoe. One's a deck mount, that means that both the feet are here on the back deck. And this is a transom mount, that means that the forward foot is on the deck, the rear foot is here on the back transom. So that's what we call a transom mounted polling platform. And what I really like about this setup right here is it gives you the most space available in this boat. Also, I think it looks a lot cooler. Now, one cool thing we added onto this boat was we added these rod holders. Now, if you're on the back of the boat, you want to set a rod down, you want that extra space, but you've got room for 4 rods to go horizontally in the boat. Now, I've got 4 rods to stick up vertically as well, so I've got a complement of 8 rods on the boat. But another reason I really like it is we get so many people that ask us, can I do a micro power pole? Can I do a stakeout pole? Yeah, check this out. Now, I'm just going to borrow this for a second. This is just a anchor light from another Gheenoe. But now I'm going to take my stakeout pole, slide it straight down. Bam, you get the idea. Now I've got 2 places that I can use a stakeout pole on the back of the boat. They're already welded into the polling platform. Talk about multifunction. Okay, so another reason I really like the transom mounted polling platform is because I've got these big side steps here that make it really easy to get on and off the polling platform. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to come on up. For me personally, I like to take 2 hands, put one on each side. Come on up. What I'm doing is I'm centering my weight in the boat. I'm up, comfortable, easy to do. To get down, I can come from right there, or I can just have a seat and hop down from here. You can also get up in that manner. So I'm going to sit down here, and then I'm going to come on up. Nice and easy, no problem. And this is a fat man friendly polling platform. Let's just say that my dainty years are behind me, and you got more than enough room and more than enough strength up here for a big guy. And 2, I want to point this out. The difference of what you can see from up here when you're sight fishing is unbelievable. Once you get accustomed to being on a pole platform, dude, you're never coming off. Okay guys, so at the bow we have shark eye lights. This allows you to be seen for your navigation lights. And I like the fact that with my trolling motor up here, the shark eyes aren't interrupted. So that's really cool. Coming back to here, we also have an LED anchor light, which is located right here on top. And on the interior, got a pretty cool feature. Go for it. So what I'm going to do first is turn on those shark eyes. Then we're going to do that anchor light. This is a really well lit up boat if you're doing stuff at night. But now, if you're like me and you like to do a little bit of night fishing, ta-da! This is ridiculous. This is perfect. Let me show you what this looks like up close. Boom, so you have a ton of light. This is really well done. So if you want to sit down here, tie a knot for whatever you're fishing for, you're good to go. And the cool thing about it is too, it's not across the decks, it's just in the cockpit. So what this allows you to do is, it makes it so that you're not going to end up being fire blind when you're out here running your boat. So you see my decks, nice and clean. Now, small thing, if you'll notice when we come forward, I can cleanly see from back here that my nav lights are on. That's really nice. I'm not going to the front of the boat. So this is the interior lighting of your custom Gheenoe. Really well done, really nice. And here in the back, we have our anchor light. And I'm gonna pop you up real quick, let you see just how bright that is. That little LED is taking its job super serious. Boom. What's up, Thomas? Okay guys, thanks for watching. This boat is currently available. It is for sale here at Delta Marine and Outfitters. But if it's not, by the time you get around to watching this video, we try to do custom slots. We have custom slots open throughout the year. We only do certain ones. So it's a first come, first served basis. So call us here at the store. Let me know, hey man, I want this boat, or I would like to order one similar to it. You can check it out on deltamarineandoutfitters.com. You can also see it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We've got all your social media outlets covered. And just like always, you can see it here on the Lost Angler channel. And check it out. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. Shoot me a message. Email me, whatever you need to do. If you're in the Daphne, Mobile area, stop by the store. I look forward to meeting you. But in the meantime, We'll see you on the water.